Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to set a goal, see how many motorcycles we can get for under $400 grand total. Let's see what happens. Now, a little bit of a disclaimer. I was already planning on buying a $250 motorcycle today, and it just turned out that another one happened my way. So the grand total is two. But you gotta check these bad boys out. For $400 total into these two machines, it's pretty hard to go wrong. And here's number one, a 1976 Kawasaki KZ400. This is surprisingly in really good shape. I say surprisingly. I picked this up for $150. Look at that mint luggage rack on the back. That thing is sweet. All pizzas in there. Look at this. 1988 is the last date registered. I couldn't believe it. A friend of mine sent me this. It was on Marketplace, and it was located just a mile and a half up the road from my house. And if you can't tell, we live in the middle of the boonies in northern Wisconsin. There's a whole lot of nothing out here. So my nearest neighbor is a mile away. Somehow this thing was on Marketplace, and it's been garage kept since '88, so it's really clean. Well, it's dirty right now, but there's no rust on the pipes. I think this bike is going to clean up good. Very worried about the fuel system. I'm going to have to go through all of that. Carburetors, but geez, even the rubber boots, I don't see any cracks in the boots. That's pretty common. One thing I didn't like, I saw the fuel was left on. So yeah, it's probably a little gummed up, and the valve it's completely froze, so that's not great. Let's see if we have a clutch. We do have clutch. How about brake? No. Okay, we don't have brake at all, which I kind of figured. I imagine this brake fluid is non-existent or terrible looking. Ooh, it's like here's a better look at that brake fluid. Chunks of it. Now I've got the bike out in the daylight. You can see a little more of the dust and grime on it. But again, chrome looks good. There's no pitting. It hasn't sat outside, so nothing's bad. The seat looks surprisingly soft and supple. There's no tears in it. And this cool luggage box that I can't open. The exhaust looks solid. I don't see any major holes in it. There's one on the inside edge there I can just barely see. But 88. Wow. It was a neat piece for $150. So, brakes, definitely going to need a master cylinder by the the state of the brake sugar. That's not even fluid anymore. So, going to have to do something there. Fuel system for sure. Then we'll see if this baby will run. Well, I picked the KZ up, you know, a little over a mile away from home. The other bike I picked up, this was actually last evening, I picked up both of these bikes. I picked this one up, say 4 o'clock, and directly from there I headed out to Appleton, Wisconsin, which was about 3 hours away. I picked up this '71 Honda CL350 for $250. It's a neat looking bike. Unfortunately, somebody painted everything black. It almost gives it like a blacked out, like World War II look, but definitely not my cup of tea. So without further ado, let's get this unloaded. So got the CL350 in the garage. I've got a battery charger on it. I think the battery's pretty much toast, but I'm going to do a couple preliminary checks. Check the gas. It actually smells pretty fresh, looks pretty fresh. He did tell me the fuel fitting, the gas valve was leaking. I see no signs of that. I've got the gas on and there are 0 leaks so far, but we'll keep an eye on that. Right now I'm going to pull a spark plug and just take a look at the plugs. From what I can tell so far, it looks like it probably has new plugs in it. Looks like he was trying to get it going, but without any luck. I'm hoping that it was just a voltage deal, maybe with the battery. So, wait a minute, one of my friends going by. But, yeah, so I'm going to pull the spark plug out now. I'm going to test for spark and see how everything looks there. Well, the plug's not really wet. It is a newer plug, but it has been ran on it, which is a good sign. I'm just going to lay the plug on the cylinder head. I don't know if I'll be able to kick this over by hand. Turn the key on. Not seeing any spark. Well, that probably tells me maybe the points are corroded from sitting over the winter. So I'll pull the points cover off, clean those up with a little dental pick or a little sandpaper, and hopefully that'll take care of it. Alright, well the camera's off. I put the battery charger in engine start mode just for the hell of it, and I hit the button and the bike immediately fired, and that was with one of the plugs out. So the no spark just must have been from not enough voltage. So I'm going to pop this plug in and we'll see if we can get this going. Alright, you guys, moment of truth. Let's see if it... Good too. That's crazy. You guys, it runs. Got these little shorty pipes on it. That is awesome. I can't believe it. Immediately fired up. Incredible. Look at my dog. She's excited too. This is crazy. I'm going to get some air in these tires and take it for a ride. Try to. Alright, I've got the seat set back on it. And I'm going to see if this thing will kickstart now that it's had a little juice in the battery. And just see if I can lot drive it. Well, you can probably tell because I'm out of breath. That test run didn't work out. I'm panting because I couldn't get this thing kick-started. It just must not be generating enough electricity without the battery being good. I was hoping the battery took a little juice, but looks like I'm going to have to swap batteries. I'll probably pull the battery out of my CB and put it in here. Well, since the last time, I got a little busy with work, so I had to take a break from the bike, but I did get the battery. I swapped the battery from my CB360 to the CL here. And if you can't tell, I also started chipping some paint with my my fingernail, and I ended up doing the whole fender and this exhaust cover. Started with my fingernail, and I moved to just like a paint scraper and some steel wool, and it actually cleaned up pretty good. Look at the shine in that. The chrome's all in great shape. I don't know why somebody would spray paint this entire bike. There's a points cover that turned out good, and the fender turned out overall pretty good. You can see some of that, and there's some pitting in the chrome. I still have to get underneath the seat there. I checked all the lights, turn signals. Here, let's try those right now. Left turn signal on the front. Works on the rear. Obviously there's no right rear, but they do work. They're cheap aftermarket ones, kind of for a cafe racer style. Also, I stripped the paint off the gas cap. That turned out pretty good. Just a little bit of elbow grease went a long way. I'm dreading doing these wheels. Maybe I'll leave them black for the time being. I did order some new tires for this machine. The front ones are absolutely horrible, and there's quite a ridge. Let's see if the camera will focus. There's a lot of dry rotting. I don't feel safe driving that. I would like a front fender. I do have a parts CB350. Maybe I'll steal that off of. The battery, they had the wrong size battery in it, and they must have hammered it into the battery box. Took the one from my CB360 and it fit like a glove, no problem. So why don't, now that we got a battery in it, why don't I try to take it for a ride, and we'll see how this thing runs, since I've already started on cosmetic stuff when I should be prioritizing the mechanicals. But I'm going to take it for a rip and see how it does. Alright, we got the bike out. We got the battery in it. Let's see if this thing will fire up. You heard it start on the battery tender and it lit off right away, which I couldn't believe. The previous owner was trying to get this thing running, so I imagine there might have been starting fluid in it, or gas in the carburetors already. So, I got gas on, key on. Let's try a kickstart. Well, it runs and rides, so that's a good thing. The brakes need some adjustment. Carburetors need a major adjustment. I played with the choke on, off. It didn't really matter. Thing lay into the throttle, major bog, and then it takes off. So more than likely jet's plugged up in the carburetor, something like that. I'll have to pull the carbs off and clean it. Not too surprised for a bike that had sat for a while. Same with the brakes. I am pretty blown away that it runs and rides for the amount I spent and the amount of time I have into it. I haven't turned a screw on it. You know, I've stripped a little paint. I've got a little time into that. But other than that, I've done nothing to this bike aside from put a battery in it. Unbelievable that it runs this well for just that little. So for $250, I don't think I could go too wrong here. Really a slick bike for the money. Needs a new tire. I can feel the tire has a major crown in the middle, and it is very unpredictable in the soft sand in my parking lot. So I've got some new tires on the way, and hopefully that time. Overall, set of tires, a little carb work. I need one new turn signal, and the rest is just going to be paint, spruce it up a little bit. This is already, this bike is looking great. I've got new mufflers coming. I mean, this thing is going to be pretty primo for not a whole lot of money. And everything, I mean, not that these bikes have a lot to begin with, but everything works on it. It's pretty spectacular. I should have bolted down the seat. The seat just keeps knocking off. So a little scary to ride, but I'm just riding around my parking lot. I didn't take it down the road or anything. So, but anyway, thanks for watching. I'm really happy. I'm really ecstatic about this bike. Next, we got to get that KZ400 that I bought, get that in. That was a $150 bike. Between the two, in one night, $400. And one of them runs. I mean, what can you get today? You can spend $400 on a night shopping from groceries for your family. In fact, I got two motorcycles, hopefully both of which will run and ride for little to no money. That's pretty incredible. Absolutely stunning. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.